All right, man. Bill Barnwelll gave the reason why the Lions kind of was conservative at the trade deadline, and the 49ers and Eagles went for it at the trade deadline. Check out Detroit Lions Talk playlist. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance, get notifications when we go live or drop a video. So he basically explained that, for the most part, I ain't gonna hold y'all up, the Lions window is just opening. They got the 11th youngest roster in the league, and then when he factor in guys that actually play and de-factor out guys that don't play or take out guys that don't play, the Lions have the 6th youngest roster. Also, Kansas City was another team that didn't go for it, and they have like the 6th or 7th or 5th youngest roster in the league. So teams that, windows that's just opening, I think Green Bay, Arizona, to name a few, they were basically conservative at the trade deadline. And older teams, Denver, Philadelphia, San Francisco, Denver was supposed to be a seller to get younger. They didn't sell anything because nobody wanted damaged goods at a high price. Or some of they damaged goods at a high price. But, teams that window that's kind of closing, like the Philadelphia Eagles and the 49ers, who are older, or some of the older teams in the NFL, they started to make trades to try to go get it right now. But I think the 49ers in a better position. I mean, not the 49ers, but the Eagles are in a better position because they've had a ton of draft picks on top of acquiring a bunch of veterans via trade. So they got a nice little mix. So I think their window is going to remain pretty open, but they're one of the older teams in the NFL. And the Lions didn't feel like they needed to go for it and mortgage the future, and I kind of said that. For the most part, that's one of the things that I did say, where I didn't feel like the Lions needed to mortgage their future. I felt like they didn't need to mortgage their future because their window was just not opening. So when you factor in guys that just play, by his metrics, guys that play, they got the 6th youngest roster. So that window is it's just now opening for them. So I don't need to go out there and mortgage the future, and go for it right now. I can ride the wave. I got $60 million in cash. It just didn't make no sense. We playing with house money. We ahead of the curve. We better than anybody thought we'd be. I think this year 3 of the regime. We had some hiccups in our first 2 second-round picks. Tyrell Williams was signed to him. Was here. We did a lot of good things. St. Brown. Brian Branch, and I thought DJ Shark was a good pickup last year. I thought they should have brought him back, or at least traded back for him at the trade deadline. So they did a lot of good things as well. Well, a lot of more good things than they did bad, or they wouldn't be in this position. Trading for Goff seemed to be a good deal right now. I think Hendon Hooker is nearing a return. So, like I continue to say, it didn't make no sense to mortgage the future. And once I calmed down and got out my emotions about it and did that short in that video, it made a lot of sense. Why mortgage your future when you on track? Why go get a veteran player when I continue to take these draft picks, get younger, cheaper players, and build the empire? Then when we kind of get our younger foundation laid there, then we can kind of take some chances here and there. So, Brad Holmes said it just wasn't an option for them. It's hard. People say, well, 3rd round pick wasn't an option. I mean, he valued it. He probably didn't see the risk in paying, a troubled player with Washington and Chase Young, who's showing up to meetings late and some of those things he's allegedly being accused of. You got to remember, that's his home area, too. So, with the Lions window just beginning to open, sorry, I got to speed up. With their window just beginning to open, it wasn't no point to start to close it, and then, even if you win the Super Bowl, you know what I'm saying? I mean, that's the ultimate goal, but where you gonna win one this year, I'm not sure. Was one player gonna change that? I think it would have took 2. I think it would have took a Brian Branch and a Patrick Surtain. It's not like you can't visit trading for Patrick Surtain in the offseason. It ain't like you can't, if Brian Branch hit the market or he get franchise tagged, it ain't like you can't trade him or pick him up in free agency and not give up nothing. So part of it, I think, is them banking on their window just opening, and part of it is banking on we got a bunch of money, and some of these guys that we want are probably gonna be on the free agent market next year. So why give up collateral when we can have collateral and draft picks and player assets that we might have to trade off? We can have the collateral, and we can have the draft picks, and we can have the superstar next offseason if we can hit the right lick. So I get it. It made a lot of sense. You playing with house money. Why take the house and put it all on red 15 in the roulette table? No. If anything, we know we're gonna roll the dice this season, see where it go. And next year we'll bring in a stud, or we'll try to draft some studs and maneuver around the draft, and we can revisit some of these things next year. And that make a lot of sense. So, but he right. When your window, you got one of the youngest rosters in the league, and your window is just not starting to open, it ain't even open. It's starting to open. It's no point of just taking that window and closing. Now, let's say it was a clear cut, path to the Super Bowl. They top 3 or 4 team in the NFC right now. So maybe you go for it if you feel like you got a better chance, but I think you don't mortgage your future for now. And I think a lot of people got a problem with that. Instead of trying to probably take out a small loan and go buy a car flat out, or save up and buy a car flat out, a lot of people go out there and get a car note. And that $20,000-$30,000 you spend on a car for the next 5 to 7 years. Imagine that could have been in your pocket, plus insurance and all that. So all that could have been in your pocket. Splurging every time, spending all your money every time you get paid, not putting a little bit up. All that add up. Too many people live in the now and don't live in the future. So many people, don't got, life insurance. You can get a life insurance policy through the bank, through the credit union. You can get your own. You can have several of them. So if something happened, you leave your kids with some type of money, and not in debt. So too many people live for the now and don't live for the future. And I understand, you never know what can happen in the future. It's a time to live in the present, and it's a lot of the time you should be living for the future, bro. But hey, thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit the bell icon button if you want to increase your chance to get notifications. We go live or drop video. I want to do a live stream pretty soon, so hopefully we get there. Hit the link tree. Find me on Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. Appreciate y'all to support the channel. Best way to support is check out my new channel, Free Game 89, right here on YouTube, FR33 Game 89. That link's in the link tree. Also check out my main channel, Goodfella TV. That link's in the link tree. Appreciate y'all. Peace.